今日もお疲れ様でした。英語で国内ニュースです。優しい英語で今日の出来事をお届けします。
President Donald Trump said he agreed to stop a planned large-scale attack on Iran. Reports had said the attack could happen this weekend. Trump said Iran and other Middle Eastern countries had asked for the move. He said the attack would be stopped on the condition that a quick agreement is reached.
Kumamoto Prefecture says 38 people have died in the earthquake, including cases still being investigated. A woman in her 70s who stayed in her car while evacuating died with suspected heat stroke. The prefecture says this may be the first suspected disaster-related death in the earthquake. Officials continue checking the situation.
Earthquake activity remains strong in Kumamoto. The area recorded an intensity of 5 lower in Uki City on the night of August 1st. A magnitude 7 level earthquake may still occur, the weather agency warns. The agency also urges people to take care during dangerous heat and prevent heat stroke.
Temperatures reached 40.8 degrees Celsius in Shimanto, Kochi Prefecture and 40.6 degrees in Tanabe, Wakayama Prefecture on August 2nd. These were extremely hot days. It was the first time this year that the Kinki region recorded temperatures of 40 degrees or higher. Nationwide, it was the 8th such day.
Nippon Paper's Yatsushiro plant was badly damaged by the Kumamoto earthquake. 6 employees and 3 workers from a partner company died. A chimney broke, and the electrical system was affected. Production cannot yet be expected to restart. The plant is the company's only factory in Kyushu, and its future investment plans may need review.
The body of a 91-year-old woman was found in the mountains of Hano, Saitama Prefecture. A 33-year-old Vietnamese man arrested in another case reportedly hinted that he had killed her and left her body there. Police found her after tracing a car and are investigating the suspected murder and disposal.
A man in his 40s died after a skydiving accident in Tochigi City, Tochigi Prefecture. He jumped alone from about 3,000 meters. His parachute opened, but he appears to have hit the ground after something went wrong. He had made more than 1,000 jumps. Police are investigating the cause.
Deepfake pornography is spreading online, including fake nude images and videos made with generative artificial intelligence. One site showed more than 20 videos using the name of a well-known Japanese actor. Some had 100,000 views. Victims now include junior and senior high school students, and consultations are increasing.
Japan's government is considering a cut in the consumption tax on food. Growth Strategy Minister Jonai said the goal is to reduce the burden on people, especially those with low or middle incomes, while prices remain high. He said the funding source will be made clear during the budget process for the next fiscal year.
次は社会のニュースです。
Kumamoto Prefecture says 38 people have died in the prefecture, including people whose connection to the disaster is still being investigated. A woman in her 70s died after staying in a car during evacuation, apparently from heat stroke. Officials say this may be the first suspected disaster-related death from the earthquake.
Temperatures rose again in western and eastern Japan. Kochi and Wakayama prefectures recorded temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius, while some parts of Kumamoto passed 39 degrees. People are urged to take strong measures against heat stroke. At the same time, a weather front may bring very heavy rain to Tohoku, Kanto, and Koshin.
Typhoon number 13 may approach Kyushu after passing near Okinawa and Amami. A new forecast shows the storm moving north very close to Kyushu. Earlier forecasts suggested it would head toward mainland China. People in Okinawa, Amami, and Kyushu should watch future updates about the typhoon's path, rain, and strong winds.
Kumamoto is still experiencing active earthquake activity. On the night of August 1, Yuki City recorded a strong shake measuring lower 5 on Japan's seismic scale. This follows the maximum 7-level shaking on July 28. The weather agency warns that another quake measuring around upper 7 could occur. People must also guard against heat stroke.
The Transport Ministry says 73 inns and hotels have been secured to house about 2,200 people affected by the Kumamoto earthquake. The ministry, the tourism agency, and Kumamoto Prefecture will coordinate with local governments. Officials plan to expand the search to all Kyushu prefectures. The facilities will provide secondary evacuation housing during the extreme heat.
An apartment building in Ichikawa, Chiba, was damaged by an explosion on August 4. About 5.5 hours before the accident, a resident reported a gas smell to the gas company. Workers went to the building and responded. Authorities are now examining whether the earlier report was connected to the explosion.
Japan plans to make childbirth free through health insurance. The plan would set a standard childbirth fee and cover the full amount through insurance, reducing costs for pregnant women. Medical groups worry some clinics could fall into deficit and may not maintain their current services. One clinic currently charges about 650,000 yen with a 500,000 yen allowance.
Deepfake pornography is spreading in Japan, including among middle and high school students. Websites can use a person's name to create fake sexual images and videos, sometimes showing more than 100,000 views. A support group says consultations from young victims are increasing. Victims may also face threats to share the images. There is no law directly regulating this.
In Mie Prefecture, a 21-year-old woman says she suffered sexual abuse more than 20 times while attending high school. A school-appointed panel recognized part of the case as bullying, but her mother says the investigation was incomplete. The prefecture is conducting a new review. The mother learned about it from news reports and fears the same problems may happen again.
次はビジネス関連のニュースです。
Japan and the United States carried out a joint intervention to buy yen in the foreign exchange market, the first such action in 15 years. On July 31st, the yen surged to about 157 yen and 20 sen per dollar. Japan's government and central bank had also intervened the previous day. Both governments may announce future policies soon.
The government plans to cut the consumption tax on food. The minister in charge of growth strategy says the goal is to reduce the burden on people, especially those with low or middle incomes, while prices remain high. The government plans to clarify how the tax cut will be funded during next year's budget process.
After the Kumamoto earthquake, the government is working to restore infrastructure and end ongoing water outages as soon as possible. At an emergency disaster meeting on August 1st, it decided to ask local governments across Japan to send technical staff to the affected areas. The staff will support recovery work.
The Defense Ministry is considering a major reorganization based on this year's basic policy. It is coordinating plans to create a new bureau responsible for policies on international cooperation. The ministry hopes to strengthen its system for promoting defense cooperation with other countries as the security environment becomes more complex.
Japan's high-cost medical care system limits how much patients pay for expensive treatment. Starting August 1st, the monthly limit will rise according to income. At the same time, a new yearly limit will be introduced to help people who need treatment for a long time. The yearly limit is intended to reduce their burden.
On August 1st, a report said electricity prices in Japan were 30% higher than a year earlier. The reported reason was the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. The news highlights a sharp year-on-year rise in Japan's electricity costs and links that rise to the closure of the sea passage.
Prices for pork and chicken in Japan continue to rise, putting pressure on household budgets. A weaker yen has made imported animal feed more expensive, while labor and other production costs have also increased. In July, pork loin reached a record 287 yen per 100 grams. Imported beef also hit a record 30% above its 5-year average.
Semiconductor factories in Kumamoto are expected to restart one by one after the earthquake. Production sites stopped at the same time, exposing the risk of concentrating the industry in one area. Most recovery is expected within a week of the July 28 earthquake. Lessons from the 2016 earthquake helped strengthen business continuity plans.
Aisin's factory in Kumamoto was damaged by the earthquake, affecting production at several automakers. The factory stopped after a seismic intensity of upper 6. Aisin has worked on disaster measures since the 2016 earthquake, but its restart date is still unclear. Toyota has extended the stoppage of 3 plants in Fukuoka.
では、スポーツニュースをお伝えします。
The Los Angeles Dodgers have acquired left-handed pitcher Skubal in a trade. Skubal is a 2-time Cy Young Award winner, having won the honor in 2 straight years. The deal brings one of baseball's leading left-handed pitchers to Los Angeles and strengthens the Dodgers' pitching staff.
UEFA welcomed FIFA's decision to withdraw its plan for a new company to manage World Cup operations and collect broadcast rights. UEFA said FIFA leaders had lost trust across football and demanded accountability and transparency. The plan would have sold up to 20% of the company to investors. Infantino's re-election may now be harder.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto of the Los Angeles Dodgers pitched 8 innings and gave up 3 runs against the Boston Red Sox. He pitched well, but the Dodgers' offense did not produce enough runs and Yamamoto suffered his 7th loss. The game was also his first major league matchup against fellow Japanese player Masataka Yoshida.
The matchups for Japan's Summer National High School Baseball Championship have been decided. Defending champion Okinawa Shogaku will play Yokohama on the 6th day. The tournament opens August 5th at Koshien Stadium. Games will be split into morning and afternoon sessions. Video review begins, and a woman umpire will appear for the first time.
Shohei Ohtani asked for the return of his 24th home run ball after hitting a 2-run homer against Boston. His newborn son was attending a stadium game for the first time, making the ball special. Fan Luis Gomez returned it and received a signed ball and bat from Ohtani in exchange.
Rui Hachimura has indicated that he wants to return to Japan's men's national basketball team. Hachimura had questioned how the team was being managed and had not played for Japan since the Paris Olympics. In a video on his official YouTube channel, he said he wants to work for Japanese basketball again.
Japan lost to the United States in a full-set match in the Men's Volleyball Nations League semifinals in China. Japan, ranked 4th in the world, had reached the semifinals after advancing through the preliminary round and quarterfinals. The loss sends Japan to the third-place match, where it will compete for a bronze medal.
Shiho Kuwaki is in second place after the third round of the Women's British Open, the final women's golf major of the season. She is 4 under par overall, 3 shots behind the leader. 10 of the 17 Japanese players in the tournament advanced to the final round. Kuwaki will enter that round in second place.
6 games were played in Japan's Professional Baseball League. Pacific League leader SoftBank opened the second half of the season with a convincing win, as its pitching and hitting worked well together. In the Central League, Hanshin won its 3rd straight game and moved into sole possession of first place.
続いて国際ニュースです。
President Donald Trump said on August 10th that he agreed to stop planned attacks on Iran. Reports had said the U.S. administration was planning a large attack as early as this weekend. Trump said Iran and other Middle Eastern countries had asked for a halt. He set a quick agreement as the condition.
An explosion occurred in central Moscow, Russia. Local reports say 3 people died and 15 were injured. Authorities are investigating the cause and background of the blast. The incident comes as Russia has seen other explosions since it began its military invasion of Ukraine, including cases in which military officials were killed.
Russia carried out a large overnight attack on Kyiv and nearby areas, killing at least 9 people, including 4 children, and injuring 30. Ukraine intercepted only 1 of 27 ballistic missiles. President Volodymyr Zelensky again asked Western countries for air defense systems, saying Ukraine lacks Patriot missiles. The United States is cautious about licensed production.
U.S. military officials are concerned that the United States may not have enough forces to defend Israel from Iranian ballistic missiles. The Trump administration is considering a large attack on Iran within days, reportedly with Israel. Iran warned it would firmly respond to any aggression. A commander told Defense Department officials that another destroyer is needed.
The Philippines has submitted to the United Nations a map showing lines used to set its territorial waters around Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea. China, which disputes control of the area, strongly opposed the move. China also carried out military exercises around Scarborough Shoal, according to the report.
Cyber attacks suspected of involving Iranian hackers have hit water systems in at least 7 U.S. states. In Michigan, 9 water systems were attacked. No major effects on water supplies or safety have been confirmed. U.S. officials say Iran has increased cyber attacks since the United States, and Israel began attacking Iran in February, including attacks on American infrastructure.
A small plane crashed in southern Peru near Nazca on August 1st, killing all 13 people aboard, including 11 tourists, a pilot, and a co-pilot. The tourists were from Italy, Germany, and Spain. Strong winds had caused damage in the area, and some flights were canceled the day before. Local authorities are investigating.
A shooting at a fast food restaurant in Twin Falls, Idaho, killed at least 3 people and injured 2 others on August 1st. The suspect also died, but police have not said whether the suspect was among the 3 dead or how the person died. The restaurant had opened only 1 day earlier, and hundreds were nearby.
An avalanche struck Broad Peak in northern Pakistan on July 30th, leaving 10 climbers missing, including well-known Nepal-born climber Nirmal Purja. Military helicopters and ground teams are searching, but bad weather is slowing the rescue. Several bodies have been found, though identification is still underway. Persia is known for climbing all 14 8,000-meter peaks in 18 days.
続いて、文化・芸能ニュースをお伝えします。
Talent Ryotaro Shimizu, 37, has died at his apartment in Nakano Ward, Tokyo. He was the son of Akira Shimizu, a performer known for impersonations. On the night of August 1st, people who could not contact him found him unconscious and called emergency services. The situation suggests suicide is highly possible.
Support for victims of the Kumamoto earthquake is growing among Japanese entertainers. Actor Jun Shison announced a donation of 5 million yen. Kazuya Keminashi and Yoshiki each donated 10 million yen. Other donors include Nissi, Motoki Omori, BMSG, and the group New Map, which gave 30 million yen.
The second season of the TV drama Vivint began on July 26th. 22-year-old Sumaire Hanaoka has taken over the role of Riho Ota, the genius hacker known as Blue Walker. In an interview, Hanaoka said she felt she had to work as hard as possible. She spent the time before filming with both anxiety and excitement.
General viewing has begun for the White Tiger mural at Kitora Tumulus in Asuka Village, Nara Prefecture. The mural is a national treasure and was opened after the area became a World Heritage Site. The White Tiger represents the West and autumn. The exhibition runs through August 30th, with advance reservations required.
Britain's Royal Ballet, known as one of the world's top ballet companies, recently performed in Japan. More than 10 Japanese dancers are active in its diverse international group. Artistic director Kevin O'Hare values freedom and individuality. Sei Maeda also performed the lead in La Fille Malgarde after another principal dancer withdrew because of an injury.
An exhibition celebrating a photo book about Yuzuru Hanyu is being held in Tokyo. Designer Satomi Ito created 3 one-of-a-kind costumes for him. One white silk costume uses gold and peacock-patterned lace with rhinestones and sequins. The exhibition also shows unpublished photos, fitting pictures, and design sketches. It continues through August 30th.
Researchers have identified 2 novels that Seicho Matsumoto published before his official debut under a different pen name. The works appeared in a weekly publication in September 1950. His debut had long been considered Saigo Satsu, published in 1951 after he won 3rd prize in a novel contest.
An audition program has caused controversy after one participant put a rope around the neck of a 22-year-old man who had stood still for about 2 hours. Coaches criticized the action, and another participant stopped it. 76 men are competing in a 24-hour audition where good actions earn gold balls and 10 penalties mean removal.
今日のニュースは以上です。最後までお付き合いいただき、ありがとうございました。おやすみなさい。